Clubhouse as your outlet, but to use Clubhouse as your way to relate to people and to something that you've worked
Dr. Janie Lacey is speaking right now.
Great question.
She is pretty amazing.
Everyone consider
Listen to this.
If you relate to something, I will consider going to master classes. I see a couple of messages coming in asking for that as well. But is to really think about letting love in each and every day in small ways. And you can do this today by accepting compliments, hugs, gifts that may be offered to you, or invitations extended to you, hanging out with friends. Start doing things, because one of the hardest things to do for someone with an abandonment wound is to let love in, to let them know that they are loved. You expose yourself to the risk of being hurt or betrayed, which is why you're guarded and reserved, and you don't open yourself up to things. So, new year, and this is an opportunity for us all to continue to grow and get community, get healthy community, because you can't do it alone. So this is Dr. Janie Lacey, and I will 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to turn it over, I believe, to Tina.
Yes. Good morning. Can we make some noise for Dr. Janie Lacey? Because that was fire. I always love listening to you. Yes, love it. And if you're just tuning in, as I continue down this road of where she began, I just want to, before I forget, trigger warning about what I'm about to share with you. And I loved how she answered the question is, how do you know when you're sharing too much? But before I get into me, let's share this room out, because we're in Breakfast with Champions, my favorite and the #1 morning show there is. We are here Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 1 in the afternoon. Let's get these shares up. We're at 173 shares right now, which I think is amazing. There's been 922 people through this space this morning. And my goal by the end of this segment is to get us up to 200 shares. And why is that? Knowledge is power. Sharing your story, sharing your gifts, your talents is super, super important. And Breakfast with Champions is going to the next level in 2023, and we need your help and we need your support. How? By sharing the room out. Now, if you have not already subscribed to bwcdaily.com, let me repeat that, bwcdaily.com. Tune into that. It's amazing. It shows you all the events, what's going on. If you miss a segment, it's okay, because we have some amazing writers that just kind of fine tune it all together. We just got finished speaking with Dr. Janie Lacey, and it's ironic. Her topic just kind of melts into my topic. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to give you all a little trigger warning message first, so that you kind of get your mindset together. But first, I want to say some good mornings. Thank you, Tara, for putting in the link. I see Tim Humble. I see Robert. Dr. Fred! That's my coach. I love him. But I want to begin really quick, just telling you a little bit of who I am. I'm normally here 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm covering for the great and wonderful Lolita. We all love Lolita. I am Stars Tina, your global Traumedy energy coach. Some of you have heard that before and you're like, Traumedy, did she make up that word? Yes, I did. Now, a traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When these two energies unite together, life-changing experiences, moments, things happen when this occurs. And you have to make a decision in your life if you're going to stay stuck there or if you've moved forward. And I've gone through many traumedies in my life. I believe this is God's gift to me to say, you know what, Tina, you are my beacon of light. You know, I have come through, I can go through all the traumedies I've gone through, but that's not going to define who I am. And she had answered Dr. Jones' question when she says, if you're oversharing. And I found when I first got on this app, I was not ready to share. What do I mean by that? As she says, if you're not overcome with the situation, you're going to cry, you're going to use it as therapy, and that's not a good thing. At the end of this segment, I'm going to let you speak, and if you have any questions, but today I'm going to be giving you 3 strategies to get through this thing called life. It's called Let's Get Mental, right? Let's get mental. And if anyone can give you some strategies to get through this thing called life, to win the brain game, it is I, Stars Tina. Now, I've been in the fitness industry for over 25 years. I work with women that are over 40 that have gone through some type of trauma or tragedy. Traumedy. I speak from experience and a place of power. Now, originally, I got into fitness because I wanted to look good. I wanted to feel confident. And as time went on, I realized it was a lot deeper than that. My father died at 49 years old. Do we have any mama's girls here? Like daddy's girls, is what I'm going to say. Daddy's girl. I was so close to my father. I mean, I think, and God has a plan for everything. I was actually in Bermuda when my father passed away. He was 49 years old, and looking at him, he looked super fit. He was a construction worker. He had, he was fit looking, but inside he had high blood pressure, all that sort of stuff. And God knew to have me in another country when he died, because if I would have been home, I know I would have went to his house, laid on his body, and never came off. I was that close to him. And I ended up in a mental hospital for 8 weeks. Stuck, lost. That's just one of the traumas that I'm going through. And I share that story because that defines who I am today. Today, I am a fitness professional, and that's why I work and push so hard for this thing called fitness to change lives. So when I'm working with a woman, my goal, I see my grandmother, I see my father, and I want to make them fit. And it's fun for me. I love it. Did you know that over 45% of African Americans have some sort of heart disease? So fear of, another family member passing away, it just made me dive in deeper and deeper and deeper. And I love education. Education is so important, learning. So when I first began the fitness industry, it was just to teach classes. I was that person in the gym teaching classes, screaming, yelling, yay, yay. But then when I started personal training and talking with clients one-on-one, I realized it was a lot deeper. And that's where my fitness and my love came. And every year I got trained in something different. So it started with body pump and spin and TRX. And during COVID, we all got stuck, right? That is where I think we all had a trauma in our life. And I remember I moved from New Jersey, and it's like, okay, Tina, what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do? And I was I'm not going to say lucky. I was in the right place. All right. It's all about your tribe, right? And one of the ladies that I was working for, her name is Dr. Charlotte Jones Burton. She is amazing. She's the founder of Women of Color in Pharma. And she hired me to teach online fitness classes. And that's where I began my journey for teaching classes. Currently, I have over 20 classes, about 10 coaches working together to change the world. And that's all about the fitness. And I realized when I was evaluating this new year coming up, I had to focus. Marvin said something amazing yesterday. And he said, focus. And he said, I was looking for my notebook, but I couldn't find it. And if someone can help me out, help me out, someone. Who was in here yesterday remembers what
Follow one cause until success.
Thank you very much. I said it. Follow
one course.
Follow one thing, okay? Course, whatever. Focus on one thing. Pretend you have some binoculars right now, okay? Focus on your future to get to the top. Let's say that together. Focus. Let me hear you say focus.
Focus.
Thank you. On your future.
On your future.
To get to the top. Yes, I don't know about you, but I want to get to the top. The bottom is crowded, all right? At the top, it is so less congested. So I didn't even start on my 3 tips. Let me get going, guys. I kind of got off on a tangent. But the point of that whole story is for me, I am the champion, warrior mom, you name it. I could go on with the traumatides, but that's not what it's about today. Today is how to win at this thing called Life with the Brain Challenge. And thank you all for helping me out with that focus. So the first tip that I will share today in regards to winning is mindset. Sounds super simple, right? And I find myself falling in this little loop of sadness every now and again. And yesterday I was coming through the airport. I was in Texas visiting family. And for some reason, it's like this dark cloud was following me through the freaking airport. I'm like, what is going on? Has anyone ever felt that? It's like this gloom, and everything was going pretty good. I got to see my mom, my sister, and I just wanted to cry. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on? And I was like, okay, Tina, stop. Let's just get present. So the first tip is control your mindset by getting present. And some of you are probably saying, well, how do I do that? What I normally do is I look for a color. So right now, let's get present. Look for the color red. All right, for me, that's super simple because everything in my studio is red. Look for something green. Let's all, okay, I found a money sign, green. You notice how that's getting you kind of present? And now smell. What do you smell? Okay, what do I smell? Some oils, because I put some oils on this morning. That's going to help you get present. Because what happens sometimes is we tend to get in the past. All right. We get stuck in those bad situations, those bad problems, those bad traumatides of life, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's attempting suicide, whether it's the death of a loved one. All right. Get that out. That's the first tip, is controlling your mindset, because when you can control your mind, oh my gosh, everything is possible. Anything is possible. All right. What is real and what's not real. Sometimes we make up these stories in our head, that imposter syndrome. It's like, well, maybe I'm not good enough. Well, maybe I can't do this. Well, guess what? Maybe you can do this. Turn that, I know this sounds super corny, turn that frown upside down. Sometimes for me, I know this is going to sound really crazy, but I get motivated when things are a little bit challenging, when things are a little bit hard. It just makes me feel like I'm alive. And I think of life on a scale. So when things are going bad, I'm like, okay, give me more. Okay, give me more. And I just feel that, because I know, boom, that scale's got to pop. And when it pops, it is amazing. So the first tip to controlling your mindset, to getting to the next level, is control your mindset. And you can do that by being present. I heard someone else talking about journaling. Maybe journaling's not for you. Yoga, meditation, your morning rituals. If you want a free ebook, because I designed an ebook last year, actually 2021, oh my gosh, time is flying, because it was the best year. At the moment, it was the best year of my life. I went to Paris, I did my first marathon, and I wrote an ebook, and you can get this free, just DM me ebook, and it's called Rituals and Routines to a Wonderful Life. Because I don't know about you, but I want a wonderful life each and every day. So if you want that free ebook, just DM me and I'll send that to you. And it has all the tips, tools, and strategies to control your mindset. Tip number 2 that I want to leave you with today is let it go. I have not seen the movie Frozen. I thought you had to watch it with a child, but apparently you don't have to. My daughter's 30 years old. I said, have you seen Frozen? And she said, yes. I said, who did you watch it with? She said, by myself. It's a good movie. Can I see some stars in the chat if anyone watched the movie Frozen? I'm just curious, because I've never seen it, but I heard it's pretty good. So let it go. Journaling, writing. Think of all of this negativity and sadness in your body like baggage that you have to get rid of. Thank you, Dale Elizabeth. Thank you, Tara Murray. They saw Frozen. I guess no one else saw Frozen. Think of it as baggage that's not adding value to you. When I told you I went to Paris to do a marathon, and my daughter and I went together, and she's like the world traveler. She's like, where do you want to go, Mom? So we went to Paris and then London, and I had this bag. And it's the funniest story ever. Let's just say I'm going down the stairs and the bag just opened and everything just started falling out of my bag. And I was just like, it was hilarious because she recorded the whole thing. But the point of the story is, by the time we left there, I had left some shoes, some boots, a jacket, because we just kept letting things go that we thought we needed that we really didn't. And sometimes we think we need to hold on to some sad things, but you can let it go and still keep that memory there. It's not going to let the person go. For example, as you know, my son was murdered when it's going to be 7 years in February that he was murdered, that he was gone. And sometimes I think that if I stop thinking about him, it's going to make me feel better. But no, I have to let go of the bad thoughts and say, you know what? That was my gift from God. And I thank God for giving him to me for 21 years. So I let go of all those negative feelings of questioning God and why did you do this and why did you do that? But I turn it around and say, thank you for having me have this child and having him change the world. By the way, hey there, Mary Kim. I see you guys over here on Instagram. If you didn't know, I'm here live today. I'm just spreading the word out because BWC is the place to be. We're on LinkedIn. We're at 176 shares, everyone. I need us all to get in here and share this room out because, as I said, BWC is the best show, right? All righty. So I gave you your tip number 1, which was mindset, getting focused with that right there. Tip number 2, just let it go. Whether it's journaling, whether it's going to yoga, whether it's screaming, dancing. Oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but dancing, making videos, that's a good way of letting it go. Another way is talking. That's easy for me. For some people, it's not. You want to keep it all bottled in, but trust and believe. It's like a bottle of champagne. You shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, and it's there. And then one day you're just going to explode. So in order to win at anything, you have to let go of the negativity, let go of the things that are not serving you. And that goes right back to your places, people, things, jobs, communities. Sometimes you think you need certain things. I was reading, finishing off on the plane, Rachel Rogers' book, We All Should Be Millionaires. That's an amazing book. And she was saying how she had this idea about a course and she thought she needed to partner with someone and she did it 50-50. Long story short, she realized she didn't need another person. She was capable of doing this project herself. And sometimes I think we hold on to people because we're scared, because we're nervous. Has anyone ever felt that way before? It's like, well, maybe I should have this person with me, or maybe I should have these people with me. Trust and believe, I have felt that way in the past. And what I found was I ended up doing all the work anyway. And then I'm mad. It's like, I knew I should have did it myself. Oops. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I knew I should have did it myself. I knew I didn't need that person, but you kind of doubt yourself. I just want to say to you right now, if you have a thought in your mind, God gave you that thought. God gave you that idea. And if he gave you the idea, guess what? He gave you the tools to do it, whether it's to start a youth organization, whether it's to start a fitness class, whatever it is, you can do it because God gave you that gift. Alrighty, we're on to tip number 3, which is always my super, super, super favorite one. Your vibe is your tribe, which is talking about community. To win at this brain game, you have to have a community of people that lift you up. And you have to say, I don't like people, Tina. I'm not a people person. I was there. I was there in the past. I was like, I don't need any new friends. I'm fine where I am. But that's not true. We are here to share the love, to share the happiness. And even though I'm upbeat and I'm here and I'm moving and I have these vision boards and I'm feeling good, I need people around me that are going to uplift me. And for 2 reasons I say this. One, keeps me accountable. I don't know about you, but accountability is super important. Yes, it's cool to have the spreadsheets, to have the alarms, to have the Google apps, but a real live in-person person for yourself, oh my gosh, that is amazing. For the longest time, I wanted to be a part of a book club. And I don't think Mindy's in the room right now. This is someone that I met at the Grow for God conference. Again, building community. I went to that conference, met some amazing humans. She joined the Mom Link with me. She's joined my fitness classes. Are you in the building, Mindy, or did you have to go? I think she had to go. But anyway, I was talking to her. She was visiting the area last week, and every other sentence, she's like, did you read that book? Did you read this? Did you read this? And I was just like, okay, I need to read a little bit more. And I've always wanted a book club for my community. As I mentioned, I run an online fitness boutique studio. And I say boutique because it's classy, it's upscale. We are a community. We do all sorts of things together. And I wanted a book club. So Mindy has decided to be the leader of our book club, and she chose the Viola Davis book. I don't know if anyone's read that book. I'm excited to get into it. But I say that to say is you cannot do all things. That's why it's important to have people in your tribe that are going to support you, that are going to uplift you, that are going to take you and your business and your mindset to a different level, because you don't know what you don't know. One of my clients, we were talking about vision boards a few weeks ago, and I've been doing vision boards for 10 years now, officially. I'm so proud of myself, but I've learned you have to grow. You have to keep going. You can't just do a vision board. You got to think a little bit bigger, right? Maybe you put it on your phone. Maybe you have a box. But this individual told me about a video that Steve Harvey did. This is my client. He says, did you hear about the 300 things, Tina? And I'm like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. And Steve Harvey was pretty much saying, look up the video, please, because I don't want to give him, wrong quotings or whatever. But pretty much he was saying to write down 300 things that you want. They don't have to be goals. Just write down 300 things that you want for the year. And by the end of the year, you probably would have achieved at least 10% of them. And I have a recent person who said to me, yeah, Tina, I started my 300. She said she only got to 225, but she had already achieved some of the things she wrote down. So she's marking those off and then writing on more. You have to put it in paper. You have to put it out there. And that's why it's great to have community because they're going to keep you accountable. They're going to keep you uplifted. And maybe you're like, well, I'm an introvert. I don't like to talk to people. Start on Facebook. Facebook has so many groups, so many chats, and you can find them anywhere. This app right here. But be super careful that you're going into the right rooms, you're going to the right chats, something that's serving you. All righty. I'm going to put my glasses on, see what's happening in this chat right here. I'm going to round up what we're saying. And then I want to hear from you what landed with you. Oh, thank you so much for that, Alicia. Love it, love it. You got to see that movie. What movie are you talking about? Tell me. Jacqueline, I'm still stuck that you have a 30-year-old. Yes, let me tell you. Write it down, make it happen. Mary Lynn coming up here. So community is where, hey there, Rick Derula! That's the person who told me about the Steve Harvey book right there, Frozen. I love it. Dale Elizabeth, welcome. All righty, crew. So the last one, community. My favorite community, can I share? BWC! Breakfast with Champions. Are you a champion? Are you a part of this community? Do you love it or do you like it? I don't know about you, but I love it, like cook food. And you probably noticed, I'm going to share this. Who's got one? You see Soul Salcedo right there at the top. If you want one of those beautiful supporter badges, you can just DM me so that I can, help you out with getting one of those to show that you're a supporter. But you're here every day, so you're supporting us all the time, right? So wrapping up these 3 tips, and then I want to hear from you. What resonated for you? Maybe you have a question for me because like I told you, I am that traumedy queen. I am that warrior mom. God is like, you know what, Tina? I'm going to give you more crap. And I'm just like fighting. And I believe I'm winning. I do still have things that I'm working on. I have to be honest. Before I go to my 3, I realized this yesterday when I was speaking. And I had to focus. I got this again from Marvin, focusing on one thing at a time. And I have a lot of things that I'm doing in my life. I think we're all like that. And a part of me is like, well, Tina, maybe you shouldn't do this. But then something always comes up. And I'm like, that's just God saying, Tina, you can do it. Because some people can handle a lot and some people can't. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So I said, you know what? I'm going to break my life up, my business, my life into 3 buckets. And the first bucket is fitness. We all know, you hear Tina, it's fitness, it's classes, it's motivation, it's all that wonderful stuff. Great. All right. I've been doing that professionally for 10 years. Simple, right? The second bucket, events. I love doing events. If you didn't know, I used to be a model and actress and all that stuff back in the day. I also ran a modeling and talent company for children. My daughter and I were on Toddlers and Tiaras. You name it, we did it. We were there. So I love doing events. I think it's because I lived in a house with a lot of people. So vision board events. We did virtual summits, in-person events. And I'm not going to sit here and go through all the stuff I'm going through. You can just go to my website, DM me to see all the wonderful things that I'm doing. I don't know if Mary Kim is on stage right now. We're putting together a classy ladies brunch in February, and it's going to be honoring my son as well as some other things, and it's a classy brunch. I have a nonprofit program, again, in honor of my son. So that's my second bucket, events, keeping clear. And then the third bucket is the Traumedy, my Traumedy Academy. Just really embracing who I am, what God has given me as a gift. All right. And I'm not taking that gift for granted because I speak to women constantly who are struggling and they're clueless. They're like, how do I move through life? And I remember a few years ago, a girl that went to high school with me, 2 of her kids were killed in their sleep during the holidays by a family member. And I was like, I got to talk to her. And I kept texting her and emailing her and she wouldn't reply because she was so sad. And then I saw she was in the hospital and then she passed away and they're saying from a broken heart. And I felt like, wow, what if I would have reached out even more? So there's some women who just don't know what to do. So that's my Traumedy Academy. I'm finishing off my second book and it's called The Secrets to Business from a Warrior Mom. I am a warrior mom, all right? And I'm sharing how you're getting through business successfully. Now, I said, you know what, Tina? There's other women out there that want to share their story, but they don't know how. They don't know what to do. Maybe they start slowly. So because of my wonderful coach, Dr. Jones, he's giving me the tools to support other women. So if you're a woman and you're listening to this story and you have some type of trauma, it could be empty nest syndrome, it could be anything, then just DM me or actually click the link at the top so we can have a discovery call because I'm putting together an anthology book and it's going to be stories, and lessons from women that have gone from tragedy to triumph. And maybe you haven't gotten to triumph yet. That's okay. Because with this anthology book, I'm putting together a 3-month coaching program. In this coaching program, it's going to guide you to get through your trauma. It's also going to guide you if you wanted to do your own book, the whole book, or if you wanted to be a part of my anthology. And I'm not taking everybody because not everyone's ready. Sometimes your heart isn't ready. Sometimes your mind isn't ready. So that's my third bucket of the things that I do. And then yesterday, when I was in the room, it was like I did a room yesterday, and it was like 3 minutes before my room was about to start. I was in Texas with my mom, and my mom comes downstairs and she's like, not crying, but she's like, I was crying this morning. And I'm like, Mom, I don't have time for that, because I had to get ready for the room. And, she kind of walked away and looked down. And as I'm talking, I was like, oh my gosh, Tina, that was so mean. And I thought, I need a fourth bucket. And my fourth bucket is family and friends and community, compassion, empathy, because sometimes I want so badly, I kind of forget about that. So I wanted more time for people to share, but to wrap things up, 3 things to get charged for your brain is mindset, letting it go, community. Unmic, if you want to share something, if you have a question or comment, I would love to hear from you.
Stars, Tina, it's Mary Kim. I am in the room, and great segment, first of all. Happy New Year, everyone. I put it in the chat. It's going to be so impactful what we're doing on the end of February 26th, Sunday brunch at the Brownstone in Paterson, New Jersey. We got the atrium room. It's all glass. It's going to be classy, fun. Just getting deep into who we are so we can elevate and grow in our business and in life. And it's going to be just great networking and community. So I put it in the chat so everyone can check it out. We have our early bird happening, and I can't wait. And I'm so excited that we get to give back to honor your son's, is it 7th year anniversary, lack of a better word, and give towards the foundation that you have created in legacy of your son, and sponsoring scholarships. So every raffle basket donation and ticket sales will go directly to that. So I cannot wait. And it's important for us to always, at any event that I do, to partner with a nonprofit. So I'm super excited for it. Cannot wait to see you in person.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yay. And if you guys are wondering who that is Mary Kim. I met her on this app with Renee's group and then with Mom Link. And it's, like I said, it's about community. We're putting together this amazing brunch to bring women together. So if you were in the New Jersey area, you want to come meet us. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. Anyone else want to share a question, comment, want to add to the conversation? If so, just on mic.
Tina, I have a question. What book title are you doing?
For my anthology?
Yeah, you're doing a book club, right?
Yes, the book club. The book club doesn't have a name, but the book we're doing this month is a Viola Davis book.
That's the book. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Awesome. Thanks.
Yes, I hear it's really deep, really, really deep. So DM me if you want to be a part of this book club. Mindy is amazing. We love her. Anyone else want to share?
Hey, this is Mindy, and I just have a second, and I wanted to say I'm so excited to be working with Tina and the Absolute Elite Mindset Coaching Group, and also with the book club. I'm really excited about that. And so thank you, Tina, for all your tips. They're so impactful, and they make such a difference, and you are amazing.
Yay. One more thing. Okay. See, there's so many things going on. That was Mindy. She is one of the 8 coaches. Herself and me and 6 other coaches are putting together a 4-week coaching program. I told you I'm doing a lot, right? I told you it's just amazing. So if you're out there and you're looking for a coach and you're like, I don't know what to do, tap in, because it's 4 weeks long, and each coach will be sharing their specialty, their skill. You're also going to, if you do a VIP ticket, you're going to get a special moment with them. But again, that's one of the other things I'm doing. We have 30 seconds for one more person. Anyone else want to share before we move on?
Stars, Tina, this is Yvette Sears, and I just want to say that your energy is so amazing, and it keeps you so energetic. You're so energetic and youthful. So the tips that you gave to help us deal with our traumas and tragedies in life, I think if we gravitate towards some of those tips, hopefully we can sound and look just as youthful and energetic as you. I'm going to give it a try. So I just want to thank you for that.
Hey, do me a favor, because when I'm live, I don't really look. Please DM me. First of all, we don't say try, and you can definitely look and feel like me, because it's all about mindset in your tribe, Mamacita. Everyone in my tribe is like this. With that being said, I am so grateful and honored to be a part of Breakfast with Champions. I'm going to be with you guys next week, 5 a.m. Let's start this week off. Well, it's not the beginning of the week. Let's start this day off strong, powerful mindset, letting it go, community, fun, all that great stuff. That's all I have to share today. Thank you guys for your time, your energy. And we're at 179. We didn't quite make it to 200, but that's okay. I love failure. Anyone else like failure? I love failure because that means you're pushing and striving for something a little bit more challenging. All right, looks like the mom link is up. Yay, 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 yay. Mom link, where are they? There they go.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
This is Crystal. Thank you. This is not a failure. You are passing the baton. Mom Link is here. We're going to take it through the next 30 minutes. And these